Hi guys, it's me Laura and I'm back again, and this time we are doing finger smears. This is probably my favorite of all Zentangling forms. And why? Because it's simply this way. There you create a ball and then finger pressing down and pulling away onto your tile surface. I love this. This is just my favorite. It's just, you create a ball in your hand, you put it right on the edge like I did here, and push down and pull away. Ah, I love that. Another one, push and pull down. And mind you, I'm doing this right on the edge of each finger smear, as you can tell. Let's do one more. Push down and pull. I love that. It's so much fun. Now from here, you could go ahead and make a whole lot more of these. You don't have to be stuck with just 4. You can make many, many more. I'm using my blade here to go ahead and just kind of move this around off of my work surface so I can put it off to the side or add it into whatever piece I'm going to be applying it to. So the second finger smear pattern is really quite simple. You're just going to be making a ball, and you're going to be placing it right into the little cruxed area or the little depressed area of your finger smear. And you just do that all the way along. The third finger smear requires a simple tool of a knitting needle. And all you do is you punch down and create that hole all the way along. This is going to give you your third pattern. Now for our fourth finger smear pattern. Go ahead and create another ball and place that on the inside of where all these smears are. Do another and place it along in a row. The nice thing, and the reason why I did this particular pattern, was because sometimes the smear, because you're going on that outside angle, it looks like it's a little bit incomplete on the inside angle. So I decided, why not? Let's go ahead and put some balls in there and just kind of complete up that pattern. Gives it a more finished look, if you will. Okay, so now I'm going to take my blade and I'm going to try and lift this over there. It's a little, comes apart a little bit, so you have to kind of monkey with it a little. But get it moved over where you like it, and then I took my knitting needle and I went ahead and created more dots. Oops, kind of came apart. Placed more dots in the middle of these balls. This way then too, when I do this, it kind of it grabs onto the rest of the piece. I mean, right here, it's like, okay, it's coming apart, but that's why I'm placing that little hole or that indent into those balls. That indentation can then grab onto the finger smear you've already placed down and become more of one piece for your possible larger picture or project you're creating. If you decide not to use the indentation, just make sure that you use either your blade or your finger, if possible, to kind of push them together, creating more of a solid, solidified unit. So from here, I'm going to add in a couple more balls because, yeah, that last smear, I'd like to kind of make it nice and neat, make it look kind of pretty. So we're going to go ahead and add a few more in. There we go, and even going around the outside of this, on the outside angle, just a little bit. And then, of course, making your indented dot. And then take your blade, and if you want to lift it up off your surface, go ahead and just go right under, and there you go. And that's your fourth design. And now for our fifth finger smear pattern. And this one is going to be adding a little more kick to it. So let's get started. Let's make a couple of balls here, shall we? Our first one. And again, you're just going to take that ball and then right on the top there, finger on top and then pulling. Another one. And down and pulling. Now you might be noticing that as I do these finger smears, I'm always going to that right side edge. So it's kind of, the reason why I do that is so it makes a nice curve. And if you went on the left side edge, it'd be going the other way. So really makes a nice curve in making these finger smears. There we go, one more here. Yay. Yeah, let's go ahead and add in those balls again. I just really like that. It's a nice feature into the finger smears. Just a really nice feature. And as you can see here, in this case, I'm kind of putting them to the side. You don't necessarily have to have that ball directly in the center of the smear. You can have it off to the one side. Gives it a nice look. Now, here we go. Finger smear right beside the original grouping. This is going to be the formation of your fifth design here. Really like this. So you come down, and the nice thing about this, it covers up the other smear part where it might be a little bit not so pretty to look at. You could take this in, add it in, and it's just going to finish it up, really making it look complete. And you can kind of tell too on that second set of finger smears, they don't look quite so jaggedy, and that's because I'm going along this edge a little bit more. I have to follow my first set or my first grouping of finger smears. And we're going to add in another ball or so. Okay, so now that we have all of these balls in the indentations from the finger smears, let's go ahead and add in a few more. And this is just so we can finish off where that smear ends. So we're going to add in these balls all along on the bottom here. And just fill in as you will what looks good to you. That way then you can just add in more and more. As you can tell, this becomes very meditative. You just making balls and putting them along, following the line of your finger smear. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take my knitting needle again and I'm going to poke, or he just does not want to stay. Poke or indent into that ball so it'll stay in the indentation of your finger smear. And a lot of times I do this just so I can keep those balls in place without having to go back in later and gluing them into place. Plus it's kind of a fun look. If you wanted to, you could even just do a few of these and leave others without indentation. Again, another little added advantage to this pattern. It could be another pattern even. So I'm just making a few more indents into this, and there I have my 5th finger smear pattern. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel. These are the 5 patterns all together. You can use these as reference or to study, whichever. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day.